Our movie Underdog starts with a dog named Rock. He was working with the police, he was a police dog, and since he was young, he was trained to help people and fight crime. The police were then in the courtroom investigating some crimes, and the dog Rock suddenly started barking and ran to a specific box. The police understood that this box had a bomb, so they ordered the immediate evacuation of the place. A bomb squad arrived, checked the box, and in the end, it turned out to be a piece of meat, meaning this dog caused chaos just for a piece of meat in the end. The dog Rock saw all the police dogs laughing at him and making fun of him. Rock got upset because his sense of smell was very bad, and this is the thing that distinguishes police dogs. He walked out of the courtroom wearing his police uniform and said, "I am practically the worst police dog, and this is not the first mistake I've made." And he also makes mistakes all the time. Someone came and grabbed Rock and put him in a cell with other dogs. Rock asks the dog next to him, "Where are we?" He told him, "We are in an orphanage, but at night a crazy doctor dressed in white comes and performs experiments on us, and we are test subjects." Afterward, the arrogant Dr. Simon arrives at the building where the lab is. There was a worker named Ansi who was still new, and he tells him, "Dr. Simon, we've closed." Simon showed him his permit that allows him to come here at any time. Another security guard named Kat arrives, who is Simon's assistant. They enter the lab. Simon tells Kat that training dogs to become police dogs is a stupid idea, and he tells him that he was with the mayor of the city and told him that he could manipulate the dog's genetic makeup and make them stronger and smarter. But the mayor laughed at him and completely rejected the idea. After that, he brings the dog Rock because Simon is going to experiment on him. Simon gets human DNA and was about to inject the dog with it. Rock gets scared and sneezes in his face, runs out and breaks the lab, jumping onto a room with chemicals, and they all broke and fell on Rock. Dr. Simon noticed that something strange happened to the dog. Rock runs out, breaking through the door with tremendous speed and escaping from the place. Dr. Simon says that his experiments worked on the dog. A screen on fire fell on him, and the lab was filled with trash. 3 dogs came up to him. One dog says, "I am the boss in this area, and it looks like I'm going to rip you to shreds, but I won't dirty myself." He orders the 2 dogs with him to attack Rock. Rock runs away between them, and a car hits him. Ansi, the security guard, gets out and goes down to check on the dog and finds him conscious. He saw the dog was clean and liked him very much and decided to take him home with him when he saw that there was no collar around his neck. Ansi gets out of the car and finds it crumpled from the front due to the impact. Rock says, "This man seems very kind." The next day, Ansi calls his son Jack and tells him, "I brought you a dog to play with." Jack was not a fan of dogs at first, but Ansi told him, "Give him a chance and you will love him." We learn that Ansi was a former police officer and quit his job. Ansi tells Jack, "You have until tonight. If you don't like the dog, I will take him to the dog shelter we have at the company." We see in a flashback scene that Dr. Simon was preparing the DNA to make the dogs fast like a cheetah and have the ability to fly like an eagle and the strength of 100 animals like it. After that, Jack goes to school and leaves Rock at home. Rock was hungry, so he went into the kitchen and grabbed a can of food and opened it. The can opened from both sides, and the food went onto the wall and messed up the whole place. The mail carrier comes. Rock goes to the window and starts barking at him. Rock was so strong he was about to break the glass and jumped down to bite him on the leg. After that, he found a ball and fetched it, but he sent the sofa flying into the air and messed up everything. Jack returns and is shocked when he sees what happened in the house. Rock approaches him and tells him that he didn't mean to do that. Jack hears him and thinks there is a stranger in the house, and he sees Rock in front of him and asks, "Is someone here in the house?" Rock replies to him and says, "No, there is no one here." Jack is surprised that Rock talks just like a human. Rock also couldn't believe that Jack understood him. They both started screaming, and Jack is scared of him and runs out of the house. Rock follows him and wants to walk with him because he is scared of everything around him. Jack couldn't believe his ears, and they sat together, and both were surprised that they understood each other. A woman named Molly comes, and she knew Jack, greets him and asked, "Who were you talking to?" He told him, "No one, I was playing with my dog." So Molly told him, "I have a dog too." Rock saw her dog, whose name is Polly, and when Rock sees her, he falls in love with her and goes to introduce himself to her. They talk to each other and become friends. Rock threw a ball in the garden, and Rock with insane speed fetched it due to his speed. Ansi then gave him a piece of wood and told him, "Try to bury it in the garden." In a second, he dug it all up. Ansi asked Rock, "How is your sense of smell?" He told him, "No, my sense of smell is particularly bad, and that's why I left my old job."
Jack said to him, "Stop being silly, just try it." Rock said, "That sense of smell gives me anxiety." And then he sneezed at him. Rock backed away and said, "It's good that I didn't write it down. My brain would have exploded." Jack said to him, "Okay, try to listen to what anyone in the garden is saying." When Rock focused, he was actually able to hear clearly what everyone was saying. He heard Molly from afar. She was in the street, and someone was assaulting and robbing her. So he told Jack and ran out to save her. Rock was running and found himself outside, and suddenly he was able to fly. His reaction was very fast, and he could dodge anything that appeared to him suddenly, but he still couldn't control his new strength, so he bumps into anything that gets in his way. He destroys stores and reaches the thieves and managed to hit them and catch Molly's camera. The police came and arrested the thieves. Molly told them that a dog saved her. Jack goes home and finds Rock in the house and tells him, "You're a hero." Rock says to him, "I don't want to be a hero. I just want a home to live in and be like any natural dog." He tells him, "No one should know I have this power, including your dad." Jack remembers that his dad is about to arrive, so they go to clean up the house after the mess Rock made. Jack hears the door knocking and goes to open it, and it's Cat. He asks him if he saw a strange dog with exceptional skills. Jack said to him, "No, honestly, I haven't seen any dogs except you today." After that, Anzi, Jack's dad, arrives. "Until you tidy up the house." Anzi didn't know what to do by himself, so he just put Molly down on the floor. Jack said to Anzi, "Let's take a walk." But Anzi saw the broken glass, so he decided to go into the house right away. He went inside and saw the place was destroyed, and decided that he would take the dog to the shelter that deals with dogs. But Jack refused and held onto the dog tightly, so Anzi agreed to let him stay, and told him, "The dog will be your responsibility and you will take care of him." We go to Dr. Simon and Kat, and they go to a place to set up the new lab after the old one was destroyed. Simon tells Kat, "To build a new lab with all the materials I want, I will need a lot of money, so I must find someone to support my project." Jack and Rock go out for a walk, and Jack looks at the city in his school. He reads a book about dog training and begins to train the smart Rock, and he learns quickly. Jack puts a collar on Rock's neck that has his name and Jack's home address written on it. Jack is very happy and plays with him. Dr. Simon and Kat plan a robbery, so they can get money. Jack and Rock watch on television that a robbery is taking place at a gold store, so Jack tells Rock, "You can stop the thieves, just like you saved Molly." But Rock refuses and says to him, "I want to be a normal dog." But Jack keeps convincing him, and Rock agrees and tells him, "I'll save the situation this time just for you, and please, when I get back, get me some decent food instead of me eating you." Rock flies and puts on a fish costume and goes to the gold store. It turns out that the thieves who are robbing the store are Dr. Simon's men. Dr. Simon is monitoring them and watching the robbery. Rock arrives then and still doesn't know how to control his strength, so he moves left and right and bumps things. He hits the first thief and sends him flying. People film Dr. Simon this scene, and he knows that this is the dog he is looking for, and he decides to kidnap Rock. Rock then hits the second thief. Kat was afraid to approach him and ran away. The press and television talk about the super dog. When Molly sees the news, she remembers him from when he saved her before. Dr. Simon gets annoyed because the credit should go to him. Jack tells Rock, "You've become a superhero and the whole country loves you." But Rock tells him, "No, I'm scared because if someone finds me, he will kidnap me and return me to his experiment." So Jack said to him, "Okay, I have an idea. You will wear a costume like the superheroes." He shows him comic books and that superheroes wear costumes to fight crime, and no one knows who they are. Rock agrees. Jack tries several costumes on him until he settles on the blue costume. He decides to name him Underdog. Underdog goes out to fight crime every day and throws the thieves in front of police cars. After that, Underdog topped all the newspaper headlines. Molly was searching and trying to find out who Underdog is. The mayor of the city designated a day of the year in Underdog's name in appreciation for the effort he makes. He invites him to come to his office to give him the honor he deserves. Dr. Simon conducted his experiments on another dog, but the experiment failed. He says, "I should have been topping the newspaper headlines." He tells Kat, "I need a DNA sample from him." And he orders him to go and handle it and bring it back. Kat disguises himself as an old woman who is about to fall from a high place. Underdog arrives and says, "Underdog is here. Fear not." And he saves Kat at the last moment. Kat approaches him, thanks him, and ties him with a chain. Underdog recognizes him and knows that it's Kat in front of him. Underdog then runs and drags Kat behind him and wipes the streets with him until the chain breaks. Underdog escapes. Kat goes to Dr. Simon, and it turns out he was able to steal the collar from Rock, which has Jack's home address written on it.
Afterward, Jack takes Jack out to go with Molly and Polly. When Rock meets the dog Polly, he learns from her that she loves Underdog very much, is impressed by him, and wants to meet him. So Rock tells her, "I heard that if someone calls for help at night, he will come to them." So Polly at night started saying, "Help me," until Underdog arrived, and he asked her, "What are you calling for him for?" She told him, "Because I don't have any food." And she tells him that she is very impressed by him and wants to experience the feeling of flying. So Underdog tricked her and flew with her and brought her food. Ansi, while he's alone at home, is surprised by the presence of Dr. Simon. Jack and Rock are not around. They have gone out to meet Polly. Simon scares Ansi with his words, so Ansi hears him and goes to Jack, saying, "Rock is in trouble and needs help." They grab Rock and fly with him. When they reach him, Rock says to Simon, "Do what you want with me, but leave Jack and Ansi alone." Simon said to him, "A wise decision, dog." And he took a sample of his blood and created from it blue pills that give the same power as Underdog. Simon is playing with Rock's mind and tells him, Jack doesn't love you, he just loves the power you possess, and he gave him a pill that turned him back into a normal dog with no power. And he gave his 3 dogs the blue pills that made them super strong. They imprisoned Jack, Ansi, and Rock. Rock says to himself, the power is not important. The important thing is that I protect my family. Jack was able to free himself and free his father. Jack took some of the pills that removed the power. Simon arrives with his super dogs at the mayor's office to prove to him that his experiments were successful. Cat sneaks and reaches the roof of the building. He prepares himself to plant a bomb. The police arrive and surround the place. Rock and his family also arrive. Jack says to Rock, I don't care if you have superpowers or not. You are a hero to me and my father. Rock smells the bomb scent, but he is not confident in himself. He is not sure whether it's the smell of a bomb or if it will turn out to be meat like last time. But he says, there's definitely no meat on the mayor's building's roof. And he runs out and enters the building in front of the police. Simon says to the mayor, I want $1 billion, immunity, and someone to cover the costs of my lab. And he shows him the research he did on changing the genetic makeup of dogs. Rock started walking in the air vents until he fell by mistake onto a giant ball. The ball moves from its place until Rock finds himself in front of Simon and the mayor, and he bumps into them. When he hits Simon, the blue pills that give the superpower fall out of him. Simon orders his superdogs to eat Rock and finish him off. But it turns out that Rock accidentally swallowed a blue pill from Simon. His power returned to him again, and he was stronger than Simon's dogs. He hits one of them. Cat notices that Rock is the one being watched, so Simon ties it to a bomb. Simon takes a blue pill, and it gives him superpowers too, and he tries to fight. But Rock is strong, so he throws a shield in the air to distract the dogs. Underdog goes to the shield to catch it, but the shield was very heavy, and Underdog finds his 3 dogs around him. And Underdog starts talking to the dogs. Simon doesn't love you, as proof he never walked you or gave you treats or even a name. The dogs talked and were convinced by Underdog's words and discovered that they really don't have names, so they decide to go and attack Simon. Simon then activates the bomb that Cat planted on the roof of the building, and this bomb will make all the people of the city subservient to Dr. Simon like dogs. Rock runs and goes outside and takes his costume from Jack. The police intervened and saved the mayor. Ansi went inside and gave Simon a dose of the pills that removed the superpower. And Underdog flew and went to the location of the bomb, freed Molly and told her to take the serum that removes the power and give it to the mayor. And he will take the bomb and get rid of it. Because the bomb was about to explode, he takes it and makes a very deep hole in the garden and buries the bomb in it. But the bomb exploded while he was trying to get out of the hole. The force of the explosion sends him flying up. After that, he comes back down and lands on the ground with force. Jack runs to him and picks him up, thinking he died. But Underdog opens his eyes afterward and turns out to be alive. All the people rejoice and applaud him. Dr. Simon is imprisoned, Ansi is back as a police officer, and he is the one who arrests him. Rock, as he walks down the street, is approached by the same 3 dogs that were chasing him at the beginning of the movie again. And Rock rejects their moves and curses them. And with this, we have reached the end of the episode, and wait for us in the upcoming episodes. And if you like the episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And who hasn't seen the explanation of the previous episodes should see them. See you soon. Bye-bye.